Can Frank Castle and his two new reluctant allies finally put a nail in the coffin of the Secret Empire? Well, let's hop on into The Punisher issue number 227 and find out. Alrighty then, so in the previous issue, the clone of Black Widow as well as the Winter Soldier decided to belay their orders from Nick Fury, bringing in the Punisher, and instead decided to join forces with him for one last giant raid against the forces of Hydra and the evil Steve Rogers. The unlikely trio has taken over a taco restaurant so Frank can fix his armor, and it's made very clear that while he and Bucky, kinda respect each other, they certainly don't like each other. They start a dick measuring contest almost instantly, and Rosenberg writes probably one of the funniest things I've read in comics in a very long time when the Punisher says, "Hey, can't you fix my suit with your techno-virus arm?" Wait a minute, you think I'm Cable? Of course, it's Natasha who has to step in and be the adult in the situation, saying that their mission is much more important than anything they don't like about each other. The plan itself couldn't be more simple, but because this is superhero comics, you just know it gets way more complicated. They were just going to rush the front door and kill the evil Steve Rogers to get it over with, but Hydra also chose to break him out on the very same day. Not that the Punisher seems to care all that much. You know how they say the more the merrier? Well, this is the more the murderer. Why, when Zemo ends up taking control of the prison and letting all the superpowered crooks out, Bucky and Natasha aren't sure what to think about this, but Frank is so happy. He's literally dreamed about moments like this when he can mow down a bunch of bad guys with no repercussions. Again, this issue is peppered with some truly laugh-out-loud moments of dark humor. Some of the supervillains say, "Hey, it's War Machine. War Machine doesn't kill, right? I'm not War Machine, flamethrower." Of course, even the most fun rampage sprees eventually must come to an end, and in this case, it happens when Captain Marvel and the rest of the superhero community show up. Needless to say, they have a lot of questions like, what the hell is going on here? And, hey, Black Widow, hey, Winter Soldier, we're gonna need to talk when this is all done. Frank is a man utterly possessed, though. He's not going to let anyone stop him, friend or foe. He figures that no matter what happens, at the end of the day, they're going to take this suit away from him, so he better make it all worth it by killing Evil Steve. This is why he's so willing to fight his way deeper and deeper into the bowels of the prison. Evil Steve definitely is there. This isn't a fake-out situation, but for Punisher to deal with his ultimate foe, he's going to have to go through the man who built his armor in the first place. Yep, that's right, it's Iron Man, everybody. And again, if it's Tony himself showing up right here, right now to confront the Punisher, he's alive, which means Rhodey's alive, which means they're gonna have a lot to discuss, but in the next issue, of course. So that was the Punisher, everybody, and overall I enjoyed this issue. It feels that Rosenberg is building up to one hell of a big conclusion for this chapter in Frank Castle's history before he goes back to basics again. I think setting him up with Winter Soldier and Black Widow was actually an inspired piece of writing when we stop and consider these two beloved heroes also had moments in their lives where they served masters that were pretty evil, showing that why yes, Frank Castle can indeed come back from the poor choices he made during Secret Empire, but it's going to be a really uphill battle. I would also very much like to see the continuity of the new Iron Man books catch up to this story. Imagine how interesting it would be if Frank's last opponent is actually Rhodey. What if he just asked him nicely for his suit back? Frank would have to do it, right? Overall, I'd give this one another very solid 7 out of 10. Good times. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And with that, thank you so much, and I will be back again with more videos that smack of greatness. Thanks for watching, everybody.